Hello everybody, it's Hubby here with Just About Anything Garage, and it is a chilly November 23rd. Let me tell you, it's chilly in the shop. I just turned the heater off to take the chill off the shop. And it's time for another exciting adventure behind the scenes for our YouTube channel to see what we need to do. And I know I've been putting a lot of these out lately, but like we were saying, life is generating some interesting issues which we have to consider and do things on. And because it's pushed us into that direction, we've been doing some other considerations, looking at different things. And we're going to go over those real quick, right? Behind the scenes. So this is some of the stuff that you need to consider, you need to think about if you're going to do a channel and when you're doing a channel in order to fit your lifestyle and the different things that you need to do. So let's go ahead and let's talk about a couple things because we've made some decisions. We're going to do some changes here a little bit as a continuation of episode 15. I think this is episode 16, so we're going to go along the same pathway, the same thinking. But first, let me turn this light on a little bit because I want to show you. Over here, we talked about this a little bit. This is Big Bertha, right? 1969 F600 XL. She's our rollback. She's our main transport. At least that's what we want her to be our main transport. And so we decided to bring her in and get the work done. And there's basically three repair items that we need to do. We need to replace this shackle. I think I've shown you that before, which broke right here in the middle. It's a cast iron shackle, so I'm trying to locate one for that. If not, we'll come up and we'll make our own shackle to go ahead and do that. So that'll fix the issue that we have underneath here with respect to attaching the suspension to the axle. We then have this rear axle seal within this that's leaking, so we got to pull that apart and order the axle seal and replace the axle seal on that, and we'll take care of that problem. And then, of course, because I just walked away, that nice little puddle right there is hydraulic fluid that's leaking out of the cylinders. Now, the cylinders work fine. It's just that when you exercise the cylinders, they leak like the devil afterwards because of pressure seal. So we're going to go and get that belt. Okay, so we're looking at doing that. We're doing a series on it, right? And at the same time, part of the reason was the C30 here, right? Because we ran into some financial issues with doing the C30. We're slowed down because I have a specific period of which I can transfer money into my project accounts from retirements accounts and stuff like that. And you have plenty of money to do this stuff. It's just that, you know, once you outrun your budget, you got to wait till you can move it again because they don't let you move it willy-nilly. You can only transfer 3 or 4 times a year in order to do that. So you got to kind of time it. So we decided to change up. Excuse me, and do her because she's mostly elbow grease and very low cost. We got enough in the budget to go ahead and get the parts. Like the shackle isn't going to be more than $100 if we get it. The seal is like $75. We just have to do work, and getting those repacked and refixed is about $400 a piece. And then the rest of it is just doing some body work because remember we looked and we said how clean this really is. And if you go and you look under the chassis, I mean, there's no rust on this anywhere. This is, it's all together. It's all solid. The frame's not rusted out. The wheels are in good shape. The tires have deep tread on them. Everything is in good shape and clear, and it just needs maintenance and upgrade. And I mean, look at the bodies. Even the cab corners is the 69, right? So they're usually rusted out. No rusted out there. Inside of it, floor is in great shape. Nothing wrong with it. The interior clean. Now it's Spartan because it's a truck, right? But it's clean. And in the engine bay, let's go take a look at that. We got little areas like this that we need to address for body work. But in the engine bay, we got a functioning 390 Ford. Runs very, very well. Just needs to be tuned up and taken care of. Clean engine bay. Everything that's clean. We got a little bit of body work on the other side to do. And then we talked about how we want to go through and make sure all the lights work and all that type of stuff. So very little low-cost item, and I'm adding this all up for doing her, and I'm coming out with, like, you know, anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 depending on what you want to do. Like if I throw EFI on her to make her super reliable, of course that's a heavier cost, but cheap. And we're doing the C30 project over here, right? The bed alone with the tilt back mechanism, if I use new material, new metal for it to do it, is, you know, like $3,200 to build that out. I mean, in the course of a project, it's not a lot, but it's still $3,200, right? And then you got the engine. I have the engine. I have the transmission and stuff. But we got to do all the body work on her and stuff like that. Now, we're not talking about not doing the project. We are going to do this project. But we made a decision because I've been going back and forth about the purpose for this and what we're going to do. Because if you remember with the C30, what we were going to do with her is turn her into a rollback. Effectively, make one of those, right? Which is going to be a much lighter duty version. Because that's, you know, 12 to 14,000 pounds. This maxes out at 10. So realistically, you're limiting this to Corvette, 67, 68 Camaros, cars and trucks of that size to put on the C30. So what you're really making is a custom vehicle to bring your projects and show rather than a general use vehicle. And my intention has been to make this a general use vehicle that was a little bit smaller than that, but when you put it in comparison to it, it's starting to not make sense to make this really a rollback because of the limitations of what it can carry. And that's still cool, right? 69, using that as the main transport and doing that. So here's what we decided to do with all that rambling on. We're still going to do the C30 project, but what we're going to do is I also want a custom trailering and parts pickup vehicle, and that's what we're going to do with the C30. She's 156 inch wheelbase. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn her in. We're going to give her some special features as our main parts hauler, drive her around, pick up engines, pick up transmissions, get parts from Napa, O'Reilly's, and AutoZone, and set her up to haul anything in the world that you want to, because she will be big enough to do that. We'll put a fifth wheel station in the middle of her. We'll put a big plate on the back to haul. We'll put some other really interesting, unique features on her that make her a real comfortable, real good vehicle to do. And in the meantime, I calculated we'll reduce the cost of doing this by about, I don't know, $2,500 to $3,000 over making the rollback. And we'll have a vehicle with more utility in it that will do what I want it to do. Because I've been looking around to find something that can do as a custom vehicle, and I'm finding plenty. That's not really the issue. Although I am running into some Facebook sellers who are a little, you know, you run into those on occasion, right? Who post they want to sell it but don't want to tell you anything, don't want to, just come pick it up type of thing, right? And it's like, yeah, no, I need a little help when I'm doing that. Give me a little information about it, right? Anyways, so it takes that away. It gives us what we want to do, the things that we want to do from a utility perspective, and then allows us to go ahead and do more of the custom fun stuff, like with the Corvette and the different things, which are just pure fun, right? They're just pure fun stuff. We're trying to get this stuff done so that we have a reliable hauler to pick up those. So we have a reliable trailer to go pick up stuff and to haul and to pick up parts and to do that stuff. So in the vein of what we did in episode 15, where we had to make some decisions for the channel, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do not this as a rollback, the C30 as a rollback, but as a custom parts hauler, which means we'll get her done sooner because there's smaller outputs on from a dollars perspective for the parts and to do it. The custom beds, I mean, the bed I'm going to do on this, it'll still be custom, still be really cool. But, you know, it's going to be $1,500 versus over $3,000 to do that. And it'll still look and drive. We'll have a 64 C30 that'll do everything that we want it to do. It'll look cool. It'll be a parts hauler, and it'll do the things that we want to do. So that's the direction that we're going to go in with respect to this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get Big Bertha all set up because she's so inexpensive to do. And we'll just make her our trailer queen, our hauler queen, or whatever you want to do it. And we'll make this into a beast for hauling is what we'll do there. So that's what we're at. That's what we're going to do. Your comments, of course, are always welcome. We appreciate it. If you do all that jazz for me, I would appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. I'd really like to know if you think we're going in the right direction. We got a little lost there as things were occurring, but I think we got ourselves back on course here. So we appreciate you guys. We'll see you real soon with another exciting episode from behind the scenes. Thanks a lot.